Hi guys, welcome back to the cookie jar. Today we're starting the third book. That's the Blueberry Muffin Murder. The first recipe in the book is called Peanut Butter Melts. It's a simple peanut butter cookie recipe that should be pretty quick and easy to follow. To do this, we are preheating the oven to 375. So it's one we're going to bake right away. You're going to need a cup of melted butter. That's 2 sticks. It says 2 cups of white sugar. And it also says if you like a sweeter cookie, add half a cup more sugar or roll the dough balls in sugar before baking. Since that's an added option, I think we're just going to stick to the main ingredients. You're also going to want 2 teaspoons of vanilla, 1/8 cup of molasses, that's 2 tablespoons, 1½ teaspoons of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, ½ teaspoon of salt, 1 cup peanut butter, either smooth or crunchy, your choice. I actually never heard of them using crunchy peanut butter in a cookie recipe, so that's kind of interesting. 2 beaten eggs, just whip them up with a fork, and 2½ cups of flour, no need to sift. So with that, everything's laid out in the kitchen. So let's get in there and get started. So here is everything we're going to be needing for these cookies today. Okay, so the first thing we do once we have our melted butter is we're going to add in the sugar, the 2 cups of sugar, the 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and the molasses. That's the 1/8 cup, the 2 tablespoons. And we're just gonna get that blended. So the next thing we're gonna add is the baking soda. So that's the 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda. And then we're going to be adding the baking powder. So that's the 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And then the ½ teaspoon of salt. And then we're just going to give that a mix. The next thing that's going to go in is the peanut butter. It does say if you spray the inside of your measuring cup, it'll come out easier. I actually do think that works. I think I've done it before a lot, especially with things like honey. The next thing we're adding in is the eggs, the 2 eggs. And the last thing we're going to add in is the 2½ cups of flour. That's everybody in. So I'm just going to scrape down the beaters and the sides of the bowl like normal. So I'm not actually used to seeing molasses in a peanut butter cookie. So I'm interested to see how these are going to turn out. So here's our dough. This is what it looks like when it's all blended together. So I'm just going to clean up real quick and then we'll put it on the trays. What we're doing is we're going to do walnut-sized balls, roll them up. It says if the dough is too sticky, you can chill it for a few minutes in the fridge. We're going to flatten them and then we're going to put the little cross hatches on them, which I hate doing that because for most of these recipes that I've called for, it hasn't worked out very well. But it does say if it sticks, you can spray it with Pam or you can dip it in flour and then we're just going to bake them off. It is very, very light. Very light. They are kind of they feel sticky, but they don't seem sticky, if that makes sense. Like maybe they just kind of want to be sticky. I'm not sure how to make sense with that. I think maybe 5 minutes in the fridge at some point. Like the longer they sit out and the more you handle them, you're probably going to want to stick them in the fridge. But that might just be all the oils in the peanut butter that make me think that. You can definitely smell the peanut butter in them though, which peanut butter isn't really something I used to love it when I was a kid, but as an adult, I've really grown out of it. Like, I don't even think I've eaten a peanut butter cookie in years, which is odd because I used to make them all the time when I was younger because they were just so easy to throw together. And they bake off really quick as well. Now, I don't think peanut butter cookies are as popular as they used to be because of all the allergies surrounding peanut butter nowadays. But I think it's one of those either you love it or you hate it things. There we go. There is the first tray. Okay, so I'm just going to finish up the rest and then we'll show what we have. All right, we are done. We ended up with 69 cookies. It's about 5.5 trays. So these are going to go in the oven at 375 for 8 to 10 minutes. Sit on the trays for 2 minutes and then go on wire racks. So here we go. Here are all of the cookies completely done. So I will be honest, when scooping these out, the only thing I could think of was peanut butter Captain Crunch and how much it smelled like that. So I'm curious if they're going to taste like that as well. It's good. It's a peanut butter cookie. It's a good peanut butter cookie. They're light. They've got just a hint of a crunch to them. My kids will devour them. I'll probably eat a couple, but I think it'd be interesting to have them rolled in the sugar. I think that would give them a little bit more flavor, but they're quick, they're easy, they're tasty. So next week, we're going to be doing the blueberry muffins. So hopefully those turn out decent. Like I said, we haven't had the best of luck with things that are not cookies. But there was an anecdote on the end of this recipe I missed earlier. My niece Tracy's favorite PBJ snack: spread jam on one cookie and stack another on top. Mother likes PBFs better. That's fudge frosting between the cookie layers. So these cookies are actually pretty thin. They would actually make a decent sandwich cookie, I think. So that'd be interesting to try as well. So next week is the blueberry muffins. Join us then. Have a good week. Bye, guys.